music. Who is that? D33DZ music.
All right, what's going on, y'all? It's your host, Deez, man. You already know I'm the hardest working host in the game, and this is Real Talk with Deez in the building. Tonight, I got something special for y'all, man. We got something that's not only for your soul, but for your pockets as well. Tonight, we're going to be bringing in TNT Accounting and Tax Services, man. A good friend of mine, TASHIA, the CEO of it. You know, I call her Tosh, but y'all ain't earned that right yet. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and she's also bringing her employee BRANDY, you know what I'm saying, and another business inspired person, man. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do these businesses, man. So if you want to learn something, go come and get some of this financial 101. So with no further ado, let me go ahead and bring up the ladies of the hour. What's going on, ladies? How y'all doing?
Hi.
What up, TNT Tax Accounting Services in the building. How y'all doing, ladies?
All right, yourself?
Good.
I'm doing good, man. Anytime that we can come on a forum like this on some positive stuff and, you know, be in a different place than we was last year, it's always good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, people already know about your man, Deez. Let me go ahead and let y'all give the audience a little background on what y'all do, what y'all own, what y'all aspiring, and then we can go ahead and jump into some topics for them.
Okay, sounds good. I am TASHIA, CEO of TNT Accounting and Tax Services. I have been in business 20 years from the Midwest, specifically Wisconsin. I currently live in Dallas. We educate here at the TNT Accounting and Tax Services. We do accounting, payroll, taxes, bookkeeping. We help small businesses get adequate with their books, as well as learn the basics of personal growth before you can get to business growth. Kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay.
And then I have my office employee here, my office manager, Brandy. She helps assist me with all of this and research and development and helping making sure that we get our clients together with being as knowledgeable as we can. We service all the United States. So, you know, what we don't know, we will find out. Knowledge is key.
Absolutely.
Right on. So Brandy, welcome to Real Talk with Deez. Let's hear a little something about yourself.
A little bit about myself. I have customer service background. Like Natasha said, she brought me on to be her office manager. I have experience doing software work, customer service, and numerous backgrounds. I'm degree, have an accounting degree. So I bring some experience to the team to build some rapport with her clients so we can make more money. Right? That's what we on, right? We making
Yeah,
more
that's what
money
we on. Hey,
acquiring
hey,
our
hey.
customers.
Real talk.
Yeah,
We
Real
bringing
talk.
it to the forefront.
I
We
appreciate
coming
her
to the
help too.
forefront.
Real
Mhm.
talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Um,
good.
I'm I'm in the process of also starting my dispatching company, so I can get some trucking work going out there, get some loads going. So we getting business. We making money over here.
Oh, wait,
So make
amen.
sure y'all stay tuned because you're gonna start seeing commercials. Like I said, y'all know how your boy D's do, man. Everything I do off the top. So we're gonna make sure we got commercials and merchandising and things for y'all. We're gonna make sure that we get for everybody. So everything that you see here, man, D'sville is not just about me. I mean, I am D's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I am D's, but I've always been, I feel like it ain't, being at the top ain't nothing if you ain't got nobody to rock it with you. And that's just
Right.
how I feel, man. Like, I mean, it's a lot of lonely people at the top. You know what I'm
It is.
saying? So if we can take it, I figure like if you get a team and you build teams from the ground up and y'all do it together, man, it's gonna mean a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna look back on these days when we was where we at and like, man, I remember me and Tasha had that conversation all the time.
Yeah.
Man, remember when we was here doing this for pennies? You know what I'm saying? Like, and look where we at now. So growth development is definitely important. And so with that being said, ladies, I think a lot of people they're not really able to make it to where they are, possibly could, or to the pinnacle per se. Once again, you guys, check out D'sville Music. You'll go ahead and hear the pinnacle in the background. The new album, Aligning Stars, just dropped, and I'm dropping a new one, Stories to Tell, coming this Saturday on D'sville Music Show. I think we're doing the show 7 p.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday. Make sure you go ahead and check us out. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump back into financial stability one-on-one. So we gonna go ahead and drop into the basics. Let me throw the topic in the chat, and then let's go ahead and get started, ladies. So who want to be the first to tackle financial basics? So if a person who just starting out, an individual that may not even have a business yet, but they just trying to inspire to get his business, they need to know, where do I need to start right now in order to get myself in line to start doing these things, to be comfortable to open up a business? What do I need to do?
First thing I would suggest is you handle your business personally before you get to handle your business wise.
Okay.
I'm saying that for the sake of being in two different spaces. When you are using business credit, they sometimes, or I'm gonna say maybe 90% of the time, need to use your personal credit to personally guarantee whatever business transactions you're about to do. So you need to really be working on your personal credit first before you start to obtain any type of business.
Okay. So basically get your finances in order. You know what I'm saying? So how dependent upon credit is what you do moving forward. Like, I think people these days, they don't really understand. Like, I remember in my day, people was getting shit and just switching companies and not paying their bills, not really worrying about that. I mean, this is real talk. We can't do nothing but be real, and that's real
right.
shit, bro. That's real shit that go on.
That's
so
not
really thinking about the repercussions later on in life, because in our communities, let's keep it real, our parents wasn't really, most parents are not schooling people about
financial literacy.
Financial literacy and shit. They barely even know how to cook and do any of that. Start a bank account. So I can see how the gap is in this generation. So what do you say is the importance of that? And what should people be watching out for now? What's the most important thing you saying? Take care of their personal business. Does that mean go back, approach financial companies, see what you got out there? I mean, I would think the first thing you would do would be looking at your credit report to see exactly that. So if we had to get a blueprint, of what we needed to do, get your credit report, and not just from the one location, right? And I'm sounding like I know what the hell I'm talking about, because
we got that on the list. We got that on the list. So
I can't go there. See, look, I'm going out of pocket.
Yep, you don't went all the way too far. So let's
going out of pocket
a little bit, because we'll bring the credit reports back into our credit bureaus. But initially, first, what you need to have is a checking account. You need to have a checking and a savings account, because that will help you keep control of what's about to happen with your credit reports and
Okay.
things when we get to that later on.
Okay.
And give you a checking account. You know, a lot of us, we usually have prepaid accounts. We have a lot of Chimes out here and net
Okay.
spend. I heard that they were changed to all access now. Is a new.
Well, they trying to. So I actually have net spend. So unless you accept it, you still grandfathered into what. And I believe that's a whole nother subject. I believe they doing that so that with that new government and IRS stuff.
Yes.
Once they get you transferred over.
Yes.
But right now, as a customer, they have to, I guess, keep you grandfathered until you either let it go or you decide to get that all access membership. But anyway,
right.
So
and I just made
okay.
the note of that so we can talk about that government IRS to
okay.
mention that.
Yeah. I think people need to know that. That's definitely very important.
So with that being said, though, so you have the prepaid accounts and then you have the regular checking and savings account. The regular checking and savings accounts would be more of a prominent institution such as like a Chase, a U.S. Bank, a Wells Fargo, even a credit union, you know, per se. That's a great institution to have a bank account at. I know that a lot of times we usually use prepaid accounts because it's just so much more convenient. One thing that I know we were talking about earlier too, that they do help you be a little bit more on point with your situation than a normal, you know, bank would. I think that comes to where we have to change our mindset, like you said, and be a little bit more accountable for ourselves, which is why they make things like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It helps you become a little bit more responsible and be more aware of what it is.
Check my email. I gotta check my email, y'all.
Like, be more aware of what's going on and show your responsibility of trust and rapport with companies for them to give you things that you want moving on to the business. Whereas you're looking for a mortgage loan and you want them to give you $300,000, but you not checking to see your account is negative before they even got to say something to you so you can put money in the bank. Being responsible and accountable. You got to wait till you get an alert to tell you that you negative and you about to have an NSF fee. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's exactly how I do. It seems like those get through negative, withdraw $30. They make sure they send that shit to you, though.
Exactly. But that's the thing about having the checking account. You know what I'm saying? So you want it helps you be more accountable, basically. You know what I mean? It helps you be able to learn a little bit more responsibility so that you know I got this money, and yes, I do have to treat myself and I can still have fun, but I also need to put money up so I can have a better life too, because you want other things that you want to do too, you know?
Now, so for savings accounts, now, you know, I think, is it really important with interest rates and so? So basically, a savings account is what? To a person, if I'm just, for the first time, never used banks, I need to know what the difference is between my savings account and my my checking account. What, you know, do I get, is it the more money you put in there, the more, do you actually get money from having your money in the bank?
Sometimes with a CD or a savings account, it's not a lot of money though. And actually, the more money that you keep in the bank, the money gets lent out to everybody else to help the money make it.
Okay.
So
it also depends on who you're banking through also.
Okay. So basically, you know, they basically just doing what I thought, using your money for other shit, and
of course,
pretty much, yeah. I mean, and that's another y'all. That's another topic for real talk. We're gonna make sure we tackle that, like what happens when shit hit the fan. So anyway, with that being said, with inflation and things these days, the houses, the cost of everything like that. I think it's important for people to understand there are other ways you can get your money to work for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the ways we gonna stocks. I was just she read my mind. Stocks is one thing, that can help you have your money, but here's my advice. I have stocks, I have company stocks. I've never, have yet to want to go purchase some outside stock because I'm not really in that mode yet. You know what I'm saying? But I do know the concept. I know how it works for the most part. But I'm pretty much, I got people that do. I got people.
Right. People help people. You know what I'm saying?
So I got people for that. So I don't have to worry about none of that. But I will tell y'all this. Why don't you tell me what are the advantages and disadvantages, or if any, with stocks?
I know that stocks can get you more money with a savings and a return on your investment than a savings account can or a CD can at a bank.
Okay.
I'm not as savvy with stocks myself either. I got people too.
I watch stock. I watch it, but it's a touchy topic because if you're not watching it and you seeing the increase or the inflation, deflation of where your money is going, you will lose your money. You have to invest correctly.
You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
That right there, that part. Yep. And you need to know how to be able to read that grid, and I think that's the thing. But I know that is the thing that is getting people money out here right now is investing in stocks and those cryptocurrencies.
Yep.
So I would suggest, like, even myself now, I'm not, savvy with that either. But in my spare time, I'm even taking some classes to just kind of listen to some videos and stuff like that.
And I'm waiting for her to do that because, like I said, I got people for she one of my people. So I got people for that. So when she do that, then I'm gonna be on board with that shit as well. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So like I can say, people, if you work a job now, I can speak from this side, being able to get stocks, you know what I'm saying? My job gives me that every year. You know what I'm saying? And watching that inflate, the prices go up and down on that, and when the sale, like for example, you can have today, it can be worth something, you know what I'm saying, and then you be like, oh, I'm finna sell, and you wait and don't put it in the sale and get it already official. Tomorrow it might be 4 or 5 points down, so that's you know what I'm saying, so it's gonna be less. So what they said is watching is very important. But my advice to you is if you got stock through your job, set it and forget it, like that old commercial that used to come on late at night. Set it and forget it.
But they got them other extra apps and stuff like that too. Yeah. So like if you don't want to pay attention to it because you really don't know how.
I use E-Trade. So E-Trade is what I'm going to do.
E-Trade, Acorns, Stash, you know what I mean?
Cash App. I think a lot of people don't have.
Yeah.
You can use Cash App, and Cash App will actually alert you to if you just want to watch like AMC.
Watch what's going on.
Yep. I invested a little bit on Cash
Credit Karma also add something like that too. I feel like Credit Karma did something like that too. They added something
with stocks. I don't know if they got anything with stocks, but
I know it was something. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, y'all.
I know Credit Karma has a bank account now, though. Credit Karma has a bank account now. You can get
is that what it was?
Account with them, yeah.
Okay.
I actually, again, I am a woman of testimony and a woman of my word. I got a Credit Karma account. Just so I can see what it do.
Yeah, that was the best thing I could do because now I'm very anal about a lot of stuff, y'all. Like I be like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and you would be surprised on how much something little tiny can affect your credit report.
Absolutely.
And the rules for it to get the rules for it to get released. So with that being said, I think that's the perfect segue into our next topic. Jumping right into credit bureaus, man. I'm your man. Did y'all see how smoothly you did that? I'm your host, DJ. The hardest working host in the game. That's me. Let's get it. All right. So we're going right into the next topic, y'all, which is credit bureaus. Credit. It took me a long time to realize that. So as far as I know, and I'm telling y'all just from an individual on the other side of the fence, these ladies is the one that got all the dot crossing the I's and dotting the T. You get what I'm saying, man. Y'all know how these be fucking shit up. But with that being said, I know that I felt like if I didn't go out there and get a credit card or run up a bunch of shit and just have a bunch of debt, then I'd be good, that I should have good credit. But here's the key, is something that I know. You got to build credit.
Absolutely.
You can't, even just because you ain't got no debt, don't mean that you're going to have a good credit score. They want you to establish something, say that you did something. Now, I just want to make sure, and if I'm saying it wrong, ladies, please do let me know. And like I said, I'm just flossing some of the stuff I learned from Tosh right here. I'm jacking so hard right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That girl good. She did.
You know what I'm saying? But she taught me so much, man, over the years. And I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't easy teachings and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing is, you got to be interested in wanting to change it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the main thing. Recognizing that you got a problem, which is your fucking credit, and that you need, whether you don't have credit at all or you looking to establish credit.
Right.
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 So tell them, why don't you give them some tips and tricks on what's the best things, to do that, ladies? Like, what do I do if I go back and I'm a 400? I'm on 400. I got a credit score for y'all wanted to laugh. You can laugh. I'm just saying.
A 400.
Is it possible to get that low, y'all? Like, is it?
Of course it is.
Okay. So say I'm a 400 and I'm trying to get back in the game. I want to open up a business in the next year or so. Or for the fact of that matter, I want to be able to get my first credit card to help do something. What do I need to do?
Who is that?
Want to go?
At a 400.
Well,
with a 400. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Well, with a 400, you're not getting no credit card.
Not at all. Not at all. You better go sign up for self or something, baby. Not at all.
You gotta work on that. But what you can do is you can get you a secure credit card. There's a lot of different banks that offer that. Credit Karma does have options of credit cards like that on that too. If anyone wants to check and see what their credit report is, they need to go to like creditkarma.com so they can sign up for something for free. And that way they'll be able to kind of get a little summary of what's going on. But everybody is allowed to go to annualcreditreport.com once a year
and get one free one.
Yep, from all three bureaus. What people don't know is that there are 3 credit bureaus that they use, right, to pull our credit.
I know the Experience is Experience,
TransUnion,
and Equifax. So I think as Equifax, that one, man, that one, I think that's the one you could dispute. Well, that's a whole nother subject. But I'm just saying, that's the one that I always get the most problems from them. They be like, nah, bro. We did some thorough research, bro.
Right, and that was you. That was you.
They don't play no good. That one, every Muslims be like, okay, don't worry about it. Right. They be like, nah, bro, nah. We gonna need that. We on a team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead, ladies.
No, that's good. You good. So you would get your credit cards. You can get you a secure credit card. By the time they see you establishing some credit with a secure credit card, those people will give you your deposit back, and then they would, increase your credit limit over time.
So let me ask you a question.
Who is that?
In relation to, I'm gonna ask Brandy real quick. And so we got some technical difficulties, y'all, but your man D's still keep it moving. We're gonna let, Tashia go ahead and jump back in. And in the meantime, I'm gonna let you answer this question. So with credit cards, what's the difference between secure and unsecured?
Well, with the secure credit cards, that's okay. Let me give you an example. Like, go back to the checking account.
Okay.
For example, with your bank, the company you decide to have your checking account with. For example, I got Navy Federal. And I say, I'm trying to work on my credit, Navy Federal. What can I do? Well, you can get a secure credit card. We have this is if your credit's not good.
Okay.
Okay, in my savings account, I got $200. I'm just giving an example, right?
Okay.
So they said, well, we can give you a secure credit card based on that $200 that you have in your savings account. We can use that to secure your payment.
Okay.
And go ahead.
So you saying that's the secured one. So if I come drop $200, so basically it's prepaying. So I'm basically telling the bank, like, here, I want to use this as a way to build my credit. I'm willing to invest my own $200. You hold on to this $200 and allow me to use your name to establish credit. I'm saying, if we had to put it in layman's terms, is that kind of what we doing there?
Yeah, that is. That's exactly what's going on. Okay. And then after you make your payment for so long, they'll either return your security deposit to you, or they'll hold on to it until you close that card out. Then they'll return your money to you. Only in good standing. If you just end up charging up that limit and you never make the payments on the card, you don't get your money back.
Okay.
But as soon as the credit card companies pull your credit and see that you have a credit line out there, which they call that a revolving credit line, meaning that they gave you a credit line of a balance that you are maintaining to pay every month if you use that balance in full or even a portion of it.
Okay.
If you use a portion of it, they will give you an interest rate that can go even as far as like 26.99% is what I've seen, the highest so far on a
Okay.
credit card. And then if you don't pay that credit card off every month, then they will continue to charge you interest, and that's how they make their money. So you would need to pay that balance in full, or you would need to make sure that your balance that you owe is no more than 30% of your available credit limit. Available
Okay.
credit limit is the approval amount that they give
Okay.
you and tell you that your credit card is that you get to spend. So they'll be like $300. That is your available credit line. That is your credit limit.
Right.
When you charge up $250, that is your balance. That is your
Absolutely.
last statement transaction. Those are the same things.
And so let me be clear with y'all. There's something I personally learned. So, for example, if your credit limit is $300, y'all, you don't want to never, when the statement time comes, you don't want to be above $100.
30% of your
that's
credit
exactly
limit.
33% of your credit
30.
limit. 30 is 30%. So if you want, so for example, if your credit limit is 1,000, you wouldn't want to go. I believe it's like you wouldn't want to go above what 300.
Correct.
You wouldn't want to go above 300, or if you do go above 300, make sure you take care of that balance to bring you below that 30%, or at or below that 30% before statement times come around. I had to learn that the hard way, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that these credit cards or whatever you get, even if it is your own money, you got to use that name to work it for you.
Right. And pay the credit card bill at least 2 weeks prior to when it's due.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You pay it earlier, it's going to be better for your credit when that report hits your credit score.
Well, not 2 weeks. I would say maybe a week, because you do have to give it time to hit the credit report, because sometimes we get so nervous to make sure that we do get it paid that some people don't even get it to hit the credit report.
Man, I don't even like owing nobody. Now, that's me right there.
I get that, but this is what we call eventually we leveraging. And again, what makes us a little nervous is, like you said, we just don't want to owe nobody. And we don't want to be late, because we don't want to mess our credit up once we're trying to get on the roll and stuff.
You know, you see that arrow going down and shit,
right?
Or the credit card, you be like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah. But like your first payment, you could let it do the you know what I'm saying, like 3 weeks. But after that, you could do 2 weeks. You want to let it get your credit report. I remember this one client, they had a credit card, but they was paying their credit card like within, they'll go charge $250 on their $300 limit, and then they'll pay it like 3 days later.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? It was like they wasn't giving it time to hit the credit report so that they can see you were actually using it, so that they can account for your payments.
I do that if you. I did
that.
Show
that you're paying.
Yeah, I did that.
History.
Yeah, so they didn't know that though. They had to wait, let it hit the credit first. So you know.
I mean, and then once again, like I said, it's a learning process, y'all. So don't think you're gonna do everything perfect. You know, out of the end. Now, what I will say this, y'all, is that, you know, with credit cards and everything like that, the reason why it's very important that you maintain those, not only so it doesn't affect your credit report, just so when you get into things like wanting to get mortgages, which is our next topic up in the building, you know what I'm saying? You want to get mortgages and things like that. All of those credit cards that you spending up, all that accounts, you know, and I'm gonna let them explain how credit cards and prior debt or whatever you got comes in effect when you're trying to get mortgages. See, she liked the way I amended that. Then, boy, I'm telling you, we are on the road today. Let's get it. So let's go ahead. So, Tasha, I'm gonna go ahead and let you tackle it, because I'll talk a lot and I'll jump in because I think I know it all now.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
So let's go ahead and jump in.
I like to hear it. So mortgages, there is 3 specific things that reports to your credit report specifically is loans, mortgages, and credit cards. We'll get into loans a little bit later. But the credit cards are what you consider revolving accounts. The mortgages is what you would consider also an installment account, and loans are installment accounts. The credit cards revolving means that it's a credit line that they give you, and you get to use that credit line continuously, and then you just pay on it as you use it. A mortgage is like a specific loan amount, and it only relates to real property, which would be real estate property. It will apply to practically the home that you're going to live in. That's what's going to report to your credit report, your primary residence. And that is one of the key factors and what holds the majority percentage of your credit report credit score when they are reporting to your credit report. That's why a lot of us have some issues trying to obtain credit and other things too, because we usually are only paying car notes and credit cards, and then we're probably renting or living with somebody where we don't have that expense. So we don't get to have some things report to our credit report, and it puts us in other positions where we're not able to apply for some other things that we would like to entertain, So so mortgages, you just end up getting, it's based off your credit scores. And right now I hear that they are financing with a minimum of 580, meaning that within the 3 credit bureaus, your 580 middle score needs to be a 580
minimum. Is that minimum?
Okay. Yep, minimum in middle. So you have 3 credit bureaus, and you might have a 570, a 580, and a 590. Like 570 TransUnion, 580 Experian, and 590 Equifax. And when you go get approved, they say they're going to use your 580 Experian because that was the one that was the middle score, which helped you be where you was at. You know what I mean? So that's what they use to get you the approval, and that's how they determine what your interest rates are. Then they will use your income to determine what loan amount you can be approved for to help you purchase a home. And then they're also going back to your credit report from these credit bureaus to see how it is your pay history is off of any credit cards that you had, installment loans, which is what, helps make up your credit score.
Okay. So, so basically it's very important to make sure that, it's almost like I call it like domino effect, y'all. One thing that you do affects the next. So, these credit cards, from building up your credit to being able to use that credit to establish a mortgage or basically be able to get loans for all that comes in a row. It's like lining your ducks up in a row, y'all. So, with that being said, taxes is going to be very important. And I think with tax season being here now, it's very important for y'all to understand a few things. Once again, we having just a little bit of technical difficulty, but we're going to keep it rocking because that's what your boy D's do. So we got taxes. Now, that could be taxes on mortgages. That could be taxes on, whatever. If you taxes, why is it so important, Brandy, to make sure that people keep account of taxes and things like that? With taxes being very important, as being tax season, what are some of the do's and don'ts and what we need to do right now? If you, like I said, we're keeping it going towards eventually establishing credit, as well as, creating, becoming a small business owner or CEO like Tasha, such as myself, Deesville, your boy D's got LLC. I told y'all I was coming. Give it up. All right. All right. So what's the importance of making sure taxes are in order, and what's some of the first things that people need to do to get that done?
Well, you definitely need to go see your tax preparation office. Jackson Hewitt, TNT, of course. You can definitely come see me.
You gotta say TNT first.
Yeah. So if I can edit that out, I'm gonna edit that. No, I'm just playing that. But no, make sure, listen, man. I didn't deal with all of them, and it's nothing like having the personal attention of a personal. Like they not personal, man, and that's the difference between. Somebody like TNT, accounting and tax services, and calling H&R Block, you are a number. They gonna get what they can get. They don't care if you got complications, if you got questions in between. They're not gonna give you the ins and outs of everything you need. And
payment plans. They don't got payment plans.
They don't got payment plans either. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, and not to mention, man, support it. Support it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Stop giving your money to them big fish, man, and to get some of this personal attention. So once again, man, and she services all over. If you want to go ahead and get some service, make sure you go ahead and dial that number. That's TNT Accounting and Tax Services, 855-644-9800. We also got www.tntatsvc.com. Make sure you go ahead and reach out, or you can just reach out to your boy D's and I give you the personal plug, man. I might have to get like a 5% finder's fee from y'all or something. I don't know, y'all. Y'all my peeps. I'll plug y'all with Tasha, man, since she makes sure she do it. So once again, man, if you have not checked out Deesville Merch Shop since we're doing commercials, and you need merch for your channel, you need merch for your business, make sure you go ahead and holler at DeesvilleMerchShop.com. You know what I'm saying? I know you like the latest assortment we got today, matching hat, because that's how we roll. It's your boy Deez. You already know. I got to give it to you. You already know I'm the hardest working host in the game. That's me. Let's jump back into it. Next topic on the board, ladies. And I appreciate y'all hanging here. You know what I'm saying? And kicking in and giving people the real, because there's a lot of people that truly, do we need to change that number? We need to change that number. Hold on, y'all. Get it. Your boy D's got it. Don't worry about it. She like, I sent it to you private, like, because this is a real talk. And I make mistakes in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? We make mistakes up in here. So let me go ahead and edit that. Let me take that down. And that's 9. So I'm just missing
the last time. That's probably why I was looking like that. Bam! There you go.
And you be like, D's, I'm so glad you got it right. That's all I was waiting for. All right, let's go, man. We're going to jump right back into the topics. I'm loving the energy tonight, ladies. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. So I think we got, let me go ahead and go look at my topics, man. Let me look at my list here. So I think we were going into taxes and the importance of taxes and taking care of them. So I guess I'm going to give we're going to go ahead and tackle the elephant in the room. For those of people who might be sitting at home who ain't filed taxes in 2, 3, 4 years or wherever the case. I'm saying it happens, y'all.
I know it does.
It happens. So I think I was in a situation where I missed a year, y'all. You don't know how many problems that shit caused me. I'm just keeping it real. So I can imagine what I think what happens with people is they say, damn, I missed last year. I'm scared to figure out what I need to do. So I'm just not, and they just say I'm not going to deal with it. Yeah. And then next thing you know, 3, 4 years, and now you getting these letters and they talking about garnishing and throwing liens and all that stuff. So with that being said, I guess that's the perfect way to get into our segue of liens.
Liens.
Oh, well, my God.
Liens so is when they're going to put something against your name or your property for non-payment. So they would attach that to your bank account. They could attach that to your name, like on CCAP through municipal court systems. And they can also, attach that to your taxes, of course. You can have a lien against your bank account or your taxes being offset for not paying some, government officials. The people that get to intercept your taxes and put liens on it would be like the federal and state governments. That's
So here's some questions that I think that just me being on the other side of the fence and seeing what's going and wish I knew beforehand. So the IRS, they contact you before they do any of these lien stuff. They say, hey, we need now. Is that true indeed? Because of inflation rates and everything today, they doing it a lot quicker now. Like the letters is coming quick. By the time they send you the letter saying what you owe them, if you already contacted them, they already sending that shit out now. Now you used to have like a grace period. So what I would advise y'all to do, just from my personal experience, contact them, see if you can set up a payment plan. Now that's not going to stop them getting nothing taken from you. They still going to get what they owe, but it will stop them from garnishing
and putting liens against your bank account.
Your stuff. They gonna take their money out your taxes, but I'm talking about money from the front. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If anybody like me, man, I done been through that, and I hate it for my job to even see that. I don't want my job knowing my business like that. Right. You so irresponsible. We got to go directly to your job and take the money type shit. And I don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's going up and taking it. And like I said, that's being because in the end, y'all. That's what it really is. You being responsible and taking care of your business. I mean, you could sugarcoat it any way you want.
Right.
That house you want to buy, the lien will stop you from purchasing
that. They can take your car and shit, man. Like
absolutely.
The amount of stuff that they can, and I'm lucky that I caught it. And like I said, I'm not trying to tell y'all it was horrible, but I'm telling y'all that is exactly what happened to me. I got overwhelmed because I missed a year. I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna file these.
People do, especially when you're not savvy with understanding the verbiage of things is what what's going on. I mean, people think that doing taxes is just simply as simple as entering in a document. There's a lot more to that. You kind of need to understand the life that's going on around you to know what type of tax savings that you can get. And when you were talking about how to file your taxes and stuff. That goes back to work too, knowing what to put on your tax forms for them to
allowances and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and a lot of people learn so much on.
You know what I mean? Like nobody gives classes on how to fill that out when you go into your new hire and you trying to figure out. And then a lot of times people do end up figuring it out. So they'll put exempt or they'll put like 15 dependents. You know, the thing that people don't understand is that when you go and file your taxes, if you done said that you had 7 exemptions on your W-4 form throughout the year, they're looking for you to have 7 people on your taxes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So you better off going.
That's a whole nother story, y'all. That's a whole other story.
Do that? Go exempt.
No.
I'm saying in the event that they were to do that, don't go put 7, 8, 9 people on your.
Yeah,
taxes.
but don't do exempt either though, because exempt means they taking $0 out of your check.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
out of your check. Now I can say you can do your 7, you could do your 15, you could do your exempt too.
But make sure you keep track every quarter. Every quarter.
Yeah, level it out.
Yeah,
I know about leveling out.
I'm telling you, I learned, man. And here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Coming from somebody like, you know what I'm saying, me that didn't really know about none of that stuff, I just would rather not like. You're going to be in a situation, y'all, where you might have to adjust it throughout the year. Let's be real. Hard times come up, your car go down.
Yeah, stuff happens. That's life.
All we saying is when you make those changes, make sure that you do it in aspects of one quarter, you know what I'm saying? And then make sure you change it for the next quarter, because what's going to happen is at the end of the year, you either going to end up owing more, and you thinking you paying and you really not. Right. So you end up making yourself more debt at the end of the year, which means that you think the taxes you think you're gonna see, you're not really gonna see.
Not gonna see.
Right.
So you're doing it.
You're right. And like you said, Tom, do it when you need it. That's how you know.
That's
you
it.
don't have to get caught
just
up.
like with the stocks, set it and forget it. You know what I'm saying? If you can afford taking the money out all through the year, so when you can maximize your profit at the end of the year, I suggest you do that. And that's what type of person I am. Like I don't like owing nobody. So take your money off the top and then give me mine back at the end of the year. And then we can reinvest that back into our business. So I definitely like that. And so with that being said, man, you know, we didn't already kind of led you down. Let's kind of go back and, you know, look at some of the stuff we talked about. We talked about financial basics, having a checking account, prepaid is okay, as long as you monitor your financial savings, having a savings account to establish your credit. If you do decide to get into stocks, make sure you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, make sure you hired a representative, something like E-Trade, and make sure you monitor your account. Or if you got stocks through your jobs, make sure you just set it and forget it until you have to need it and use it. Credit bureaus, making sure you're taking care of your credit. Establish a line of credit if you don't have one. In order to, and you use that, you can do that by doing credit cards, secured or unsecured. If your credit line is horrible, it's going to be a secured credit card, right? Secured credit card, and you're going to have to come out your pocket. It's your money. You basically cutting off your own money. Use that credit card and credit that you establish, as far as establishing credit and everything, to go ahead and try to get you a mortgage, and use your mortgage to work for you when it comes to taxes and things like that. Making sure you get your taxes in order, because you won't be able to get none of that if your taxes are in order, because you got the man.
That's correct. That's it. That's it.
So I think the last thing we're gonna end up on is trade lines. I mean,
trade lines is everything you just said.
Oh, so I guess you just summed it up.
Credit cards, mortgages, loans, they all report to the credit bureaus. That's trade lines.
So your boy D's no more than know. I mean, who's to say, man? Who's to say you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Give it up for TASHIA and BRANDY and your boy D's. Right here on D'sville, Real Talk with D's, man. Once again, man, check out D'sville merch shop. If you need, you know what I'm saying, the official D'sville merch, where it's official, y'all. I got my own tags and everything. We got our own clothing line. If you need to go ahead and get your business up and running, man, don't be scared. Take the chance of yourself, invest in yourself, just like I invest in my journey and the people that I roll with. Oh, and I also like to welcome TNT and Tax Accounting Services to D'sville family, man. This ain't just something we just doing for a show. We getting it.
Right.
Join the network, man. Come holler at your boy. Come get on this train, man. Cause don't be one of them people that is sitting back watching and waiting, and then when we there, you like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You got to come learn from them from the ground up, man. We got to learn together. We got to establish that trust, man. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, man, make sure you go ahead and check out TNT Accounting and Tax Services. The number is right there. Is there anything you want to say to the people, ladies, any last minute advice? Anything you want to go ahead and say? Now's the time to do it.
Stay blessed and full of abundance in this prosperous year 2022, because COVID is not gone, but we still are here to live. Take advantage.
Brandy?
Take advantage of our services.
That's the most important, y'all.
That's what I'm gonna say, because your growth as far as purchasing a home, getting your credit together, getting out of debt, making your life easier for you, we are available to assist you to move forward.
And I'm gonna definitely say you already
ATSBC.com for business hours.
That's right, business hours. We're gonna make sure next time we get this panel together that I got more commercials and things like that. Once again, if you need to advance yourself, you need these. You need intros, you need music, you need commercials, you need to meet people. I am that dude. Once again, I already told y'all when I started this show and when I started 2 years ago, I'm your host, Deeds. You already know, the hardest working host in the game. That's me. Catch you on the next episode.
Who is that? Deedsville music. Who is that? Deedsville music.